told you you so extra, but I know I'm the same. Yeah. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl Drknlvely, aka Robin, and welcome back to my channel. And this is your first time seeing this mug and these locks, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and click that subscribe button to become part of the Dark Knight Squad. We lit over here. I'm your good sis. You're my good sis. In today's video, I will be diving into tips about maintaining shiny, healthy locks based on my personal journey. Now, these are tips that have worked for me. I hope they inspire you to embrace and care for your locks in your own way. If you're here for this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Now let's get started. I constantly always get asked the question about washing my locks. And honestly, I wash my locks as needed. Sometimes I go longer periods of time. Sometimes I go shorter periods of time. It honestly just depends on how I'm feeling. I am just a normal person with locks, and I wash my hair depending on how I am feeling. It just depends on where my scalp is at. Currently, my hair is filthy. Your good sister's hair, well, respectfully, my scalp is filthy. My hair is probably dirty and needs to be washed just from the constant contact and scents in my house from cooking and things of that sort. But my scalp, maybe another story. It's filthy. It's so filthy. But I've literally just been enjoying my braid out because unfortunately, now that my locks are getting much more mature, my styles do not stay set as long as I would like. Now, when my scalp is doing well, I stretch. But I contradict myself because my scalp is not doing well right now. And baby, I stretched this braid out. It's been like 3 weeks. It's my hair. I keep it oiled. We'll try to. I haven't been oiling it respectfully. I have literally been, I'm not going to say neglecting, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you and be transparent. I've been neglecting my hair. And I say neglect because I try and moisturize it all the times, but my moisture schedule gets thrown off when I do have a set style because I do not want to lose my curls. So that's when my moisture schedule gets thrown off for the strands of my hair. I can always put some oil on my scalp, but baby, this is why I haven't, because this is empty. That's why. So it's bad. Hey, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Currently, I am a shampoo hopper, but for the most part, I do enjoy this shampoo, and this is the T/SL from Neutrogena. It has hyaluronic acid in it. I really like this one. This currently is my favorite shampoo to use for my scalp. It's my go-to. I ordered it on Amazon through Subscribe and Save, and it's a reasonable price and it gets the job done. It doesn't have a crazy scent. It doesn't have a medicated scent. It just smells like shampoo. But when it comes to the strands of my hair, I like to go with the Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight. I believe that's what it's called, Wash Day Delight, the aloe vera one. The rose one is okay, but I like the aloe vera one. That's my favorite to do my strands. Scalp is the Neutrogena and the strands is the Carol's Daughter. But that works for me. Everyone's scalp's chemistry is different. What works for me may not work for you. So I always get compliments on my hair health and what I'm doing. So I'm once again just sharing this information with you. Do with this information what you want. When it comes to product selection, I keep it simple. Your Loc journey isn't supposed to be complicated, or it's not supposed to feel like rocket science. Minimal ingredients, minimal stress. That's my model. For moisturizing, my favorite, an all-time favorite, and I will die on this hill, is rose water. That is my favorite thing, and the only thing I currently use for the past probably 2 years. That's the only thing I use to moisturize my hair, rose water. I do not use filtered water. I do not use regular water. I use rose water, and this specific rose water to be exact. If you want to be technical, this is the only rose water that I use. This is it. This is my favorite one. It costs a pretty penny, but I love it and my hair loves it, and I also use it as my toner on my face. But if you're not into using rose water, I recommend using distilled or filtered purified water if you are going to spray your hair. If you haven't already, I suggest you purchase a continuous spray bottle, A1. Only distilled and purified water in there. You don't want to use hard water on your hair. It's literally can do the complete opposite of what you're trying to do. You're trying to moisturize your hair. The hard water can literally dry out your hair. When it comes to my moisturizing routine, in the cooler months, I moisturize twice a day. Once in the morning and once before I go to bed, but not right before I go to bed, because you do not want to go to bed with wet hair. So I would have to say around 6 or 7. And honestly, if I forget to moisturize my hair or spray my hair, it's not the end of the world. The key is to find the routine that works best for you and your locks and your climate. I never understood when women would ask me in my comments or in my DMs, please help me, my hair is so dry, my hair is so dry. And I'm like, what is y'all doing? I say in Houston, it's so humid here. It's moisture in the air right now. It'd be so humid. The humidity be up to 99% on some days during the summer. So I never understood until I went to the Midwest and baby, my hair was dry. And literally I was away from my home. I was out of my element. So the only thing I could do was spray it with rose water, and that helped a lot. When it comes to your maintenance, I get my locks retightened every 6 to 7 weeks. For me, that schedule keeps my locks healthy without over manipulating them. And if you are self-retightening or you have a loctician, please let's emphasize on that last rotation. Let's not force it. If that lock is struggling to come through, let it be. Don't force that last rotation. It's better to stop short than risk tension damage. Now, when it comes to protecting your locks, I'm gonna be honest with you. In the beginning, I'm still a rogue soldier, but I am paying the price because there is so much lint. It's honestly ridiculous. But in the beginning, I did not cover my locks at all. I still be free balling sometimes too, tell you the truth. But recently, as I've discovered that in my older parts of my locks, there's so much lint, I currently now cover my locks every chance I get. I found this satin-lined lock tube right here. I got it from Amazon. I absolutely love it. And it fits the length of my current locks. I'm gonna have to look into another one soon because I'm touching the end of the tube already. But I do love that it's satin lined and it's not tight and it doesn't bleed on my white sheets. Even if you're just lounging on the couch, wrap your hair, put your hair up to avoid lock buildup, because I don't know what it is, but the lint, it just attracts. And especially if you've just moisturized your hair, you don't want to turn around and go rubbing it on the couch, because that lint is going to be attracted to that moisture and it's just going to set in even quicker if you do that. So wrap your locks up. A lot of people don't take into account how much diet and hydration comes into play when it comes to your hair. And you are what you eat, and that includes your hair. A balanced diet and staying hydrated makes a huge difference in the health of your locks. Avoid processed sugars and foods. Small treats are fine. We're not all saints, baby. I have a sweet tooth, but it's not crazy. I'm definitely on the lower end when it comes to sweet tooth. If I do want something sweet, I would prefer an apple or a piece of fruit over a muffin or a cookie. And if you need a boost, consider supplements. I take vitamin B and I take vitamin D and also vitamin C as well. Everyone's journey is definitely going to be different. And one of my personal challenges that I've had during this whole experience is fat ends. And I have nobody to blame but myself, because I stopped braiding and banding early. Too early, baby. I was probably like a year in and I stopped braiding and banding because that loctician that I was currently going to, she was washing my hair, not braiding and banding. So I was like, oh, baby, I ain't got to braid and band? I ain't got to braid and band? Oh, bet. Say less. So she wasn't braiding and banding my hair when she was washing it. So why should I have to do it? And that was probably the worst mistake I could have did, because the different textures in my hair, that looser texture just bunched right up. And if I would have known any better, I would have started to repair it right then and there by pulling it. But another thing is those locks are just too thick. They should have been broken up into two locks instead of being one lock. They should have been separated into. And I should have did that a long time ago, but I was just trying to enjoy my journey and I didn't know. A lot of people should take into consideration that locks swell. So they hadn't swelled to their full capacity at that current time. So I didn't know. And they are my fat babies. And even over the years, 8 years in, I say that eventually I will cut them once I get to my goal length. I'm going to cut. So when I cut my hair, that's going to be my goal length. So I actually have to surpass my goal length first. So when I cut them, I'll be at my goal length. For anyone starting their journey out recently, trust the process. Everyone calls it an ugly stage, but it's not an ugly stage. It's an unknown stage. You just do not know yourself in this stage of your hair. So it's not ugly, it's just unknown. And honestly, the short stage was my favorite stage. And honestly, bottle it up, put it in a jar and sell it. I would definitely do that because it's a feeling that I felt and I hadn't felt before, with looking at myself and recognizing my natural beauty and my natural hair in its natural state. I was a loose natural for so long and I was doing nothing with my hair. So I had gotten to the point where it was just hair. If I didn't like the locks, I was just gonna cut it off. Hey, start over. It's underneath the wig anyway, so why does it matter? And that's exactly what happened. I went to go get my consultation for traditional locks initially. I went to YouTube University, did some more research and found Loc Journey. And the rest is history. I did what you're not supposed to do. I envied her hair. I want my hair to look exactly like hers. Them 2 straight backs, she got them 2 French braids. I want those. That's exactly how I want my hair to be. But I do not want it to be loose. I want it to be contained in these little braids. So let's do sister locks and the rest is history. So in conclusion, here are my top tips for keeping locks healthy and shiny. Wash when needed. Don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple with products. You should not be a product junkie in your lock hood. Like in your lock era, you should not be a product junkie. Put the product down. Even if you are a traditional lock queen or lock king, you should not be a product junkie. You should not have multiple products. And I don't even use edge control. Edges just be crispy. I don't even care. I don't want to overthink it. Moisturize your hair, but you have to figure out what routine. Come up with a moisturizing routine that works for you and your climate. Protect your locks. Stay away from the lint. The lint will find you, and you have to literally run from the lint because it will find you. When you're doing laundry and you cleaning out the duster, lint, it's trying to attach to your hair. Folding laundry, shaking the clothes, lint, it's going to attract to your hair. And it only takes minutes for it to adhere and start to bury itself. It's almost like it's alive. It's kind of creepy. If you overthink it, it will freak you out. And stay healthy from the inside out. You are what you eat. Stay hydrated. Drink your water, eat your vegetables, and get lots of rest. Stress is not the best. And if you're new to this journey or you've been doing it for a couple of years, remember your locks are unique to you, okay? They're yours. No one else's. They're yours. Embrace every stage because this is your journey. No one else's. Not mine. Not hers over there. Hey, you back there, not hers, it's yours. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there are tips that you swear by that have helped you on your journey and to help others out who are struggling. Because this is a lock hood, this is a community. We need to be here helping each other, but we can only help so much with suggestions and recommendations because once again, my locks are unique to me, your locks are unique to you. Unfortunately, it's trial and error because for me, it was like learning my hair over again because it was easier for me, but it was different, if that makes sense. But yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Leave any tips or suggestions or encouraging words to anybody who is new in the journey and they are not trusting the process. Because you know, once you get to a certain time in your journey, you realize that, dang, I trusted the process and it's amazing. So let's leave some encouraging words down in the comments and any helpful tips for anybody starting out their journey. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.